Alright, rewriting equations in standard form into slope-intercept form. Okay, first off, a little bit of chit-chat. Standard form is when you have an equation that looks like this, or it could look like this. When you have numbers in front of the x, numbers from the y, in front of the y equal to 0 or a constant. And then we also have slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Usually that's how you see it, where m is the slope, delta y over delta x, changing y over changing x, and b, 0 comma b, is the y-intercept, right? Okay, so we like to turn equations from standard form into this because these are easier to graph, right? Now you can graph either one, and I can show you how to do both, but slope-intercept form is much easier to graph quickly. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. We're going to turn this equation into slope-intercept form, and we're going to sketch and label its graph. So 5x plus 4y equals 12. Okay, and so I want it to be y equals, like slope-intercept form, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So I get 4y equals negative 5x plus 12. And now I want the y to be by itself, so I'm going to divide by 4. So we get y equals negative 5 over 4x. I have to divide that by 4. I have to divide that by 4, so I get 3. Okay, so do that very quickly, especially if we can do more of this in our head. I'm going to sketch the graph here, and I'm going to label my axes x, y. I'm going to do like 3 tick marks on each of the positive and negative x and y axes. I'll switch colors here. My y-intercept is 0, 3, and my slope is negative 5 over 4, right? So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to just add another tick mark there, so I'm going down 5 over 4. Okay. Now I'm going to not use a strategy. I'm just going to try and do a straight line as best I can. I'm going to label this 5x plus 4y equals 12. Okay, which is the original version of the equation that I was given. Okay. So, I'm going to keep going here. Number 2, see how we can do that. So I start with 3x minus 4y equals 8. Okay, I'm going to subtract 3x. So I get negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. I'm going to divide by negative 4. So negative 3 divided by negative 4 is positive 3 over 4x. And divide by negative 4, I get minus 2. So now I'm going to sketch my x, my y axis here. Label x, label y. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now my y-intercept is at negative 0, negative 2. My slope is 3/4, so I'm going to add another tick mark here. I'm going to go up 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and over 4. And I'll sketch it like that. I'm going to label the original equation, 3x minus 4y equals 8. Okay, let's try another one. So I have 4x plus 3y plus 12 equals 0. Okay, now this is technically Cartesian form because it's equal to 0, not. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to subtract 12. So 4x plus 3y equals negative 12. Now it's standard form, so I'm going to subtract 4x. So we get 3y equals negative 4x minus 12. Divide by positive 3, so I get negative 4 over 3x minus 4. So I'm going to sketch my graph. There's my y-axis. There's my x-axis. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now it'd be nice if they were perfectly evenly spaced, but they don't necessarily have to be because this is a sketch. So I'm going to put my y-intercept at 0, negative 4. I'm going to go down 4 and over 3, which would be somewhere over here. But instead I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 to the left like that. And that'll still kind of give us our correct slope equation. So I'm going to label it 4x plus 3y plus 12 equals 0, which is the original form of the equation I was given. Okay, one more problem. Okay, so they gave me two equations, 3x plus 6 equals 0, that's the first one, and 5y minus 40 equals 0. So I'm going to subtract 6, so 3x equals negative 6, divide by 3, so x equals negative 2. I add 40, so I get 5y equals 40, divide by 5, so I get y equals 8. So I'm going to sketch both. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm actually going to make it 8. 6, 7, 8. See how quickly you can do that? 5, 6. Add another mark, another mark. Okay, so now I'm going to graph x equals negative 2. So x equals negative 2 would look like that. Okay, so I'm going to label that one. 3x plus 6 equals 0. And notice that is really x equals negative 2 in light green. Okay, now I'm going to also label graph y equals 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's y equals 8 in light green, which is really 5y minus 40 equals 0. I should probably label my x and my y-axes there. Okay, and if it's x equals, it goes through the x-axis, right? And if it's y equals, it goes through the y-axis. That's how you kind of know and remember.